Joining us now is the president of the National Federation of Federal Employees, Erwin. Randy, thanks so much for being here with us this afternoon. I first just want to get kind of the top lines, what you've heard from members about this surprise announcement.
I think they're surprised by it. I mean, I think we knew that Trump wanted to downsize the federal workforce. This so-called Doge thing was talking about that at length. So we knew some of this stuff was coming. But they got this unique thing, this is deferred resignation. Just very strange implementation of this. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but we are advising our members not to accept this. This is not a good deal for federal workers. It's not really even an offer to not have to work until September 30th. You would resign, but you would still have to work. So I don't know what kind of a deal that is. But also in the verbiage of what they kind of put out to everybody, not even a name on who this email is coming from. So what a strange thing. Just hit reply, resign. I mean, who does things this way? Bottom line is it's a bad deal. We're telling them not to do it, and it's really irresponsible to run federal government that delivers such critical services to the American people in this manner.
Randy, can you give us an estimate of how many of your 110,000 members might take the offer, and what agencies do you think might be the most affected?
I don't think we have any way of knowing right now. I wouldn't be surprised if 5% did or so like that. And what was your second question?
Just which federal agencies do you think might be most impacted?
Yeah. Well, they did this throughout the federal government, so that's incredible. About 1/3 of the federal government is the Department of Defense, where we have about 50,000 members. Boy, what a hit to our readiness in the military if we see people taking resignations en masse. I mean, they talk about federal workers like they're not doing anything. 87% of federal workers are spread throughout the country. They're not here in Washington. They're doing critical services, keeping our military ready. The next biggest agency is Department of Veterans Affairs. 370-some thousand workers, nurses and doctors, people we represent that care for the American veteran. If these people leave en masse, we lose the ability to make good on our promise to care for the American veteran. And they're just putting out emails asking people to resign en masse. It is clear that they don't care about how our government functions and delivers those services.
Is there concern about the funding for these buyouts?
Absolutely. I mean, another reason that we are advising our members not to accept this deal is because there's a good chance they're going to get stiffed. They would essentially be signing away their rights, signing away their job, and then when the administration has to deliver on their promises, they will renege on that because Congress never authorized it. So you don't make offers like this. This is not the way you run the federal government, and it's just highly irresponsible. And in the end, it's the American people that are going to suffer because of it.
Randy, I'm curious to get your reaction to not only the characterization that President Trump had of folks who are working from home, essentially calling them unproductive, but also the demand in this letter that states that federal workers should be reliable, loyal, trustworthy, and striving for excellence in their daily work. What did you think of that?
It's absolutely chilling. We kind of had, federal employees swear an oath to uphold the Constitution and in a non-bipartisan way carry out the critical duties, in the federal service. It's tremendous work they do. But for in this kind of deferred resignation offer that they put out, they said there's going to be some changes coming. There's a big fork in the road, and we are going to demand loyalty and trustworthiness. And if you're not delivering on that, you will be targeted for retribution and removal. And I've never seen anything like this. And people really need to understand that independent civil service that carries out, the laws of this country is a critical pillar to our democracy. And if Congress allows this to continue, if if they are going to just like antagonize workers and break the law and do the things that it's clear that they're doing, and some of the things we know they're going to do they haven't even done yet, but we saw it in Project 2025 and things like that, or they did it in the previous administration. But we can't go down this road. It's a critical pillar of our democracy to have a civil service that works for the American people, and they are trying to tear that down. They're trying to do it right now, and people should be in the streets mad about it.
All right, Randy, Erwin, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.